Welcome back, Powerful Mind. How are you guys doing today? I missed you guys so much since last time. We are back, and we are better than ever, baby. And we have someone so special here today. Today, I'm here with
Issa.
Let's go.
Y'all follow me on my Instagram, Issa Little Bebe. It's issa.lil.bebe. Follow your girl.
Let's go. And, you already know what we got going on. We're going to roll the intro. Let's go.
Row the boat. Row the boat.
We rode the boat.
Row the boat.
Row the boat.
Row the boat. Hey, we smooth sailing. We're smooth sailing into this.
Oh gosh, it was like a kayak. It's so hard to find females who are like actually goal oriented and driven and like want to do something with their life.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I understand that very much.
Yes. So you and I had actually talked about. Wow, this is a while ago.
Yeah.
This is a while ago.
I know. I haven't seen you in a little minute.
I know. It's been a long time. I know. That's why I was like, I wonder what she's gonna say.
At least a year. Well, you said what?
Yeah, I was like, I wonder what she's gonna say when I hit you up because
I love stuff like this. This is like, I love doing stuff like this for sure.
Yeah, no, I know. And like when we had talked about it like a long time ago, this was like before I even started doing. This is before I took a break from Powerful Mind, that 6-month break.
I remember you talking to me about it, like you were just starting it and getting into it and asking me questions. I remember you asking me questions.
Yes,
yeah,
literally.
So, yeah.
Literally asking me questions.
You came a long way, girl. I'm proud of you.
Thanks
it's
so
awesome.
much. I just start crying. Yeah, so I remember like we had sat there and we had like really lit talk.
Right?
Yeah, we were like lit talk. We were like, yeah, I'm funny.
Hey, it's always good to see two women like successfully trying to do something, you know, especially when it comes to social media because it's such a big thing nowadays. So it's a good accomplishment to do. Really.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, and we were kind of saying is, especially it's just hard to find that, and
really
especially
is.
like teaming up. That's super important to like,
Some
team
people
up.
aren't just good with communication is the problem. So yeah,
Absolutely.
especially females.
Oh my gosh, bro.
I love my girls. I do. I love my girls, but
like,
some of them are
bruh.
a little,
You're like, dang, I won't hear from them for a few months.
For real.
No, seriously. But that's why when I had threw out that I had a slot like open because usually we do like either 2 interviews. We bulk record basically.
Yeah.
So every time we record like 2 different things. It'll be like an interview in the podcast or whatever. So we only had just the podcast for this week, and I was just gonna do that. But then I was like, you know what? Let me throw it out there and see. And like you immediately were like, yep, I'm free. I'm coming. And I was like, lit.
Oh yeah, you know that.
I know. I was like, lit. Let's go.
Anything for like shit like this. This is what I actually like to do. So like, you know, I'll always take that opportunity when it comes to stuff like this.
When's the last time you've done something kind of not necessarily just podcasting, but you know, something in the more creative collaborating with other people's space?
I haven't collabed actually with some. I haven't collabed with somebody in a minute. If anything, like when I'm on Twitch, I'll usually like collab with people on Twitch. So like I don't know if you're familiar with the Twitch app at all.
Kind of.
Whenever I'm online, whenever I'm about to get off, I can take all my viewers and send them off to somebody else. Oh. So that always helps to like get me, you know, with other people, other Twitch stars, or you know, because they can raid. It's called a raid. So I could raid them and they could raid me. So it always helps like getting more followers.
It's
and
like scratching
people.
Each other's back. Almost.
Yeah. There's actually this one girl on Twitch that I actually do this often with. Her name's Holly, really cool girl. And every time I go in there, she always shows so much love. Every time she'll be like, oh my God, she rated me. Even if I had like 2-3 people in it, she always raid me, always show my stream off, tell me how beautiful I am, go follow her. So it's always about the people that want to help you as well. You know what I mean? Because there's some people, you know, you can raid them and they ain't gonna do nothing for you. But it's always the people that are very nice to you. You can talk to them or even do streams with them. Because I'm pretty sure on Twitch now you could do both collabing. Like you could do it together. I've never tried it yet, but yeah, that's usually the last thing I've pretty much done. I haven't collabed with anybody in quite a while since I've been on Fresh and Fit.
Right. I was about to say, so shout out guys, we have like Twitch going live right now. We have TikTok going live right now. Like we're live right now, baby.
Yes.
Shout out you guys for real. So like you said, you haven't really collabed with anybody in a while, so, and you do Twitch.
Yeah.
So how did you get into that, and what has that journey kind of looked like? Because it's kind of hard to like follow that digital footprint, you know?
No, it definitely is.
I know you've been doing it for a minute.
So my thing was like, I was never the technology guru because my parents were very strict. So, like, we never, you know, my phone was getting taken away, my iPods were getting taken away. So when I learned social media, that's when I moved out of my parents' house. And I started, like, getting more into it. I would do, what was the first app they had? Not TikTok, the other one who starts with a T.
With a C?
No, T.
Oh.
Or is it T?
Vine? No.
No, not Vine. The other one. It's literally on the tip of my tongue. It's not.
Was
TikTok,
it like a what?
No, it was the video thing, and it came away from it.
Triller.
There you go. Triller.
That was
I could
good.
not think of
that
it.
was good. That was
I
good.
could not think of it for nothing. That would have never came to my mind. But yeah, so I started with Triller, and I started doing videos, and like I was getting really good views. Like I even had Chris Brown look at one of my videos because I did one of his songs. So I noticed with a lot of that, like doing those videos and coming up, I was getting more and more people following me. So at that time, I was like, ooh, I could really do something with this. And then at that time, I ended up moving to Fort Myers, lived in Fort Myers for a little bit. And I was just like, you know, I need to start doing more connections. And I had a lot of friends going in and out of Miami. So I was just like, let me visit Miami. I'm the type of girl to go out on my own. Because, like, I had a lot of friends, I did, but I like to make new friends and I like to connect with different people. So like, say I even, like people would get off on me, but like, why are you going to a bar by yourself? That's so unsafe. I'm just like, if I have a manager walk me out, he's going to walk me out. Like I take the precautions of being able to go out as a woman by myself. So no matter, even when I was in Miami, I would go out all the time alone. And I'd get all of my connections from that. I'd get invited on yachts, get invited to the podcast, because that's what happened. I started just doing, I met my manager that was managing me for a while. I'd go to music videos and I met Safari, I've met 6ix9ine, I've met what's his name, Baldy. Oh, I forgot.
Yo, talk your ish. Keep going, keep going.
I met so much people, you know. So like being in that too, like really just going out there and introducing yourself to the world, it really will come back tenfold. So
because why? Because who you know is how important.
Yep.
How important?
The key to success is putting yourself out there, communicate, and get to know more people. Because what do they say? Network is your net worth.
Yep,
there you go.
Absolutely. Literally, and that's a reoccurring theme that we talk about all the time on Powerful Mind is who you know is literally all
100%,
it's about.
I'm telling you.
All it's about. You eat trash or whatever you do it, but if you know the right person.
You know? I was with my my manager at the time, a really cool guy named Chris. He, you know, books girls for music videos all the time in Miami, and I met him. I met him on a yacht, actually. It was crazy. So I got invited to a yacht, and that's how I met him.
I gotta get one of these yachts.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to tell you, girl. So I met him on a yacht, and we were all just chilling, and all the girls are looking around. Nobody's, like, you know, communicating, because I had a friend tell me, yo, this would be good for, you know, collaborating with people and getting your people on your Instagram. So I was like, all right, I'll come. And everybody's sitting there, everybody's like real quiet, nobody knows each other, so I'm like, I like to break the ice. I'm not the type to, I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm just like, everybody grab a shot, you know, so, and then
like, what we doing?
Yo,
what
literally,
are we doing?
yeah, you know what I mean?
Doing?
Like, everybody looked a little awkward. I don't like that awkward.
I don't like
Don't
it
make me
either.
feel awkward, you know what I mean? I'm gonna make sure I break the ice for everybody.
It takes a lot. I feel like for you too, it takes a lot to like make me feel awkward.
That's what I'm saying. I'm looking at everybody like,
you're like, dang, this is,
like,
you're like, this is not how this is about to go.
Yo, seriously, you know what I mean? And I'm by myself. I don't have any of my girls with me, so it makes it even more awkward. So I was just like, you know what, I'm just break the ice on this. And I was like, everybody grab a shot. Let's take some shots. So as soon as I said that, he came to me, like, privately, and he's like, yo, I really like, you know, your spunk. You're a really cool girl. Like, you know, you got everybody to take shots. You got everybody in their mood and their groove. So I was just like, hell yeah. So that's how me and him, like, collabed on that. And he was just always cool. He always invited me to music videos and stuff like that. I've always put a lot of my girls on, like a lot of my girls that do YouTube, a lot of my girls that do music videos. I have so many girls I know out there now that really be doing their thing.
That's cool.
So yeah, it's just all about collabing, man, and knowing who to talk to, and that's how you get there.
Absolutely. So what do you do on Twitch? Like, do you, because I know you said that you don't do it as often anymore.
Yeah.
But what type of content were you?
Content, I was doing gaming. I like to game, so I'm a gamer. But I honestly did a lot of things. I'll do cooking streams, I'll do gaming streams, I'll do just talking, because a lot of, some people don't like to watch gaming, so like, sometimes I'll just have like one-on-ones and talk to people. I had Discord conversations where I have like multiple people from different states and come in and talk about like, you know, real life shit. Because that's one thing I do love about like Discord and Twitch is getting to know people not from Florida. There's going to be people like, I know people in Saudi Arabia, people all over the place. So it's really good to connect with not just people in Florida, but with everybody. Because you have different mindsets and different opinions on things and how you can work with, who you can work with. So I really like the idea of that too. So it's a really good idea.
No, that's cool. Yeah, I peeped that. You do like a little bit of everything on Twitch. And so where was that transition when you were doing it like heavy? Because I know that you said you also were getting paid off of it for a little bit too. And I remember I had even asked you about that too at like some point, which is really interesting. But so when you were kind of at that peak, what level of like work ethic did it take to have that peak of you on Twitch and producing content? And because I'm not like 100% as familiar with what goes into, you know, being successful on Twitch as versus, you know, other areas.
So what really pushed me into doing Twitch in the first place was Fresh and Fit. So shout out to Fresh and Fit. I haven't been on there for a while, but
we'll bring it back around and we'll talk about that too.
Fresh and Fit definitely steered me into the direction of Twitch. And he said, "You're a good-looking girl. I think you do really well on stream." So I tried it. I looked at Twitch and I started off on my Xbox. People that are with me on my stream, they all know I started from Chirp Gang. You got anybody that has known my stuff will know what hashtag Chirp Gang means. So so I started on my Xbox, started streaming then, and then I started updating all of my technology. And technology, especially when it comes to streaming, is not cheap. It's very expensive. So like it did take me a while to get everything I needed and start like I started from the bottom and I made it to where I needed to be.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I'm very proud of where I've gotten with Twitch 100%. So definitely I would say Fresh and Fit definitely put me in that predicament of starting to stream for sure. And I've realized how good I was with it too, and I was getting so much acknowledgement on their stream. It helped get me my streamers now today. So
no, that's super lit. So when you were doing it at the peak, how many hours were you putting into it? Like, what does the process look like? Like, explain all of that because people don't understand that. They don't understand it.
So I started, when I started, I started streaming probably at 22. I'm 26 now. So I've been doing it for a good 4 years, 100%. When I first started, like, you know, when you guys are 22, you got all the energy in the world. Once I hit 25, I felt like all my hours went downhill.
That's literally what I've heard. And I said that to somebody else, and they were like, what are you talking about? I'm like, no, I've always heard that once you hit 25, then it's like
it's like a switch went off, honestly. But I was streaming, girl. I was streaming for hours, probably like 8-9 hours. I almost did a 24-hour stream before. Like, I was streaming to the max. It was a lot. And I realized it was taking a lot on me. And then once I hit that, you know, that stage, because like, yes, I was making money off of it, but it wasn't giving me enough money to be able to just call it quits. Yeah, to fully do it. And that's what I was telling a lot of my Twitch streamers and stuff. That's why I had to back off a little bit, because I'm putting so much time into my streams and not getting enough back is the reason why I had to pull back. So, you know, I love doing it. I still, you know, talk to all my streamers. I still love you guys per usual, but it is just a lot harder because now on top of it, there's how many podcasters, how many streamers. You know, when I first started too, it was just getting started. So like I was popping. Now everybody does it. So it's very hard. Now. Yeah, it's very saturated. So trying to do it now is just a lot. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a lot harder. 100%. You really got to be doing some extra stuff to be able to get people to follow you. And, you know, I be seeing some streamers now. They get a kill and they got lasers and fire and crazy shit going on. Yo, I swear,
you're
it's
like,
insane.
yo, how
and I'm sitting here like, I caught a W.
Let's go W.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. So it's a lot, especially nowadays. But I do love my streaming. I really do, and I'll keep doing it. I really will. Once I find my groove of what I really like to do with the streaming, I'm gonna still do it no matter what. You know, as much if I do it 2 times a week or if I do it 2-3 times a month.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that. Like, what's your plan with? Because obviously, you know. You already know you've built that all up. You do have a base. You do have a foundation to work off of. So what is ideally in your head? Where do you see that all going?
I kind of try to like live in the present, so I don't try to put that much pressure on me because there's just so much more pressure I have on so many other things in life.
Absolutely.
because there was a point where it did pressure me a lot. I'm like, man, I gotta stream, man, I gotta get on. And then I started to just like dislike it because I'm like, I'm not.
It felt more like a job.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't want to go into it like that. I want to enjoy it,
Right.
like, you know what I mean? So I try not to go with that mindset going into it, especially when it comes to streaming, because your viewers know it 100%. Yeah. They can tell when you're feeling it, when you're not. Because there's times where I'm bubbly and I'm loving it, I'm enjoying it, and then there's people, and then when I'm like not feeling it, they can tell, and then I get like 2-3 viewers. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it definitely is your attitude all day, especially when it comes to streaming, because they'll see it from a mile away.
Yeah, it's crazy because I kind of experienced the same thing when I first was doing like TikTok, like in the pandemic. Just the whole, I had gotten like, you know, that one video that ended up going viral, and then I got a little following off of it and whatever. But it literally got to the point where the same thing, like sometimes I wish I wouldn't have stopped, because it would have really continued to build a lot. Yep. But I did stop because I ended up just almost feeling like I was forcing everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't force it. You can't force it.
I just, at that time, because it was like pandemic time, I was just going through it, period. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was definitely, sometimes I wish I didn't stop.
You started during pandemic?
During TikTok, yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So, I wish I would have started during pandemic. A lot of people.
That's what I'm saying.
A lot of people.
Everybody blew up during the pandemic.
I know, and that's crazy because I started my Triller right before COVID happened. But once COVID happened, that messed me up. And then after COVID, that's when I was still hanging out in Miami, and then I realized all the stuff I could do with social media. I was like, dang, this is really blowing up right now. So
yeah, because at that time, like you said, it wasn't like, it was a thing, but it wasn't like that huge of a thing. You know
I wish I was
it wasn't
more
as
focused.
accessible.
Yeah. I wish I was more focused on it during COVID. Yeah, got me.
got me there. But I also think everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
So,
100%.
100%. So, but yeah, I actually did start doing all the TikToks and everything, so I can really relate to you when you're saying that's how you're feeling. And like, that Powerful Mind was birthed in 2020 as well. Yeah. But it very much so was not what it is today. You know, that's obviously very developed over the years with going in and out because of life.
Nothing
like
but
you
up,
said.
girl. Nothing but up.
I know. We going up. You'll see. Yo, someone clip that.
It's already good, y'all. She's doing well. I've seen it from the bottom, and that she's going there. She's headed there for sure.
Dude, I appreciate that. So you had mentioned, you know, life and like other things. So what has that balance? What did it used to look like? What does it look like for you now? That balance between all of it.
The balance now is kind of, it's off. I'm not gonna lie.
You said balance is not there.
And when it comes to streaming, it definitely, like, I have to be in the mood for it. I just have, as I get older, you have responsibilities. You know what I mean? So absolutely. I just have a lot of responsibilities and things. So like, with streaming with me now is more like a hobby. It's you know, I don't look for it for the money anymore, because you know, at that point I thought, you know, I could do something with the money more, and now it's more like for, you know, enjoyment. I like to be able to talk to some people. You know, it feels good, especially because I lived alone for a long time. So when I did do Twitch and TikTok and all my other stuff, it was a really good let out for me in order to talk to people and stuff. So I just do it mainly for enjoyment these days, or like talking to real people, you know.
Do you get like a creative itch where you're like, I really...
Oh, 100%.
Like,
I really
just
do. Oh, yeah. Oh, I really do, 100%. And I feel like my creative itch sucks, but I don't know if it's like a female thing or not, but my creative itch is always at night.
Oh,
I am a very creative person when it comes to being at night. That's why most of my streams, all my Twitch people know, all my TikTok, a lot of my streams are at night, which are very good because... everybody's laying in bed,
there's
watching
not really
TV.
anything else going on,
Exactly. So most of my streaming people and followers, and people are in different states and countries, so the time is different.
Zones.
Yeah, so time zones are completely different. So I'll have people come in from Saudi Arabia, and it's 12 o'clock there, and it's midnight for me. You know what I mean? So it's really good to do it at night. I've noticed with streaming, at least.
Because you also do other things as well, like a bunch of little other small creative things that I've just followed you.
Yeah, so like I'll do like some of my artwork. I love art, as everybody knows. At least my TikTok and Twitch know. I love art. I do paintings. I watch anime, so I do a lot of anime paintings. I'm starting shoes right now. You guys got to check it out for sure. I need to set up my Instagram for where everybody's like, set up your Instagram. So
they're
gotta
hard.
set up.
They're hard. The designs are fire.
Thank you.
Fire
Thank you.
designs.
Thank you. They're, bro, when I first started, every artist knows, like, when I was doing it, I'm looking at it like, oh, I hate them.
Yeah.
I just want to throw them across the room.
Yeah.
But people loved it. I get such good feedback on all my art, which I love. So I really want to start with the shoes, and I've been doing that on live too. So like, a lot of people like watching like art lives. I've been really want to getting into shorts because shorts are really good.
Like YouTube shorts specifically?
YouTube shorts or even TikTok shorts, like showing the process. Because when I do it live, art is not a very quick thing.
It's not fast paced.
Yeah,
it's not fast paced.
So like people have that itch to, oh my god, I want to see what it's done. You know what I mean? So like,
they're like, I'm just gonna scroll this little thing to the end.
Exactly.
To
Yeah, literally, exactly. So like only like real artists or real people that really like love that stuff will watch it. So it's kind of hard to do the streaming on it, but I have noticed it's really good with streaming as well, because like that's something I actually love to do. It's something I could do for hours, and like I feel like when you do something that you love, you phase out. It's like meditating. I think that's when you know what you're supposed to be doing is when you're just completely blank. It's not a job for you. It's something you like to do. So that's what I've been trying to follow a lot of what I do these days, for sure.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And then she also cooks like hella. Like
I do
cook. Like any time you post anything, I'm like, bro, let me get some.
I know. I just made some birria tacos the other day. It came out so good.
No,
I
seriously.
try and make Jamaican food. I like everything. I really do. I'm not a picky eater. I like to anything with my hands. I'm a very handsy person. So like anything with my hands, anything creative. I like taking photos. I like pottery, I like art, I like technology and typing and playing video games. Like I used to play guitar here, I'd whoop anybody. Okay, so like really,
she wants to smoke. So what's she saying? She wants to smoke.
Piano, I love piano. I play piano. Like anything with my hands, I love to do. So
that's nice. Yeah, and like I said, another reason why I'd asked you is again, hard to find really great women. But also, I just saw, all those things, just the time that I followed you and just, seeing all your different things that you do in all the different departments. And I think it was really cool, and I think it definitely deserved to have a more permanent, like, platform to say all those things on.
Thank you for bringing me in. I love it. I really
seriously.
do. It feels good to be back, like, a little bit. I'm like, okay, I can,
You're like, I'm gonna put somebody come
sometimes it takes someone to bring you out your little funk, so it feels good to be, like, out here and talking, so it feels good.
No, definitely.
I'm like, okay, I'm back.
Right.
I throw a little dust up.
Issa's back.
Yes.
That's so funny.
It's about to go down.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a tag. That's a tag. Yeah, no, definitely. Because, like I said, we had talked about it a long time ago, and you're just so down then, and then you're so down now, and I was like, this is why I fuck with you.
Thank you. Literally. Anything like that. Hell yeah.
Literally. So, we had mentioned Fresh and Fit podcast before. Can you explain what Fresh and Fit podcast is, and then just explain your experience with it? A little bit more, like how you got into it and how it evolved, because like you said, that's where you got most of your
most of my followers and stuff. So I haven't talked about Fresh and Fit. I try not to, because there's a lot of controversy on them, and you know all the stuff they do, and all the YouTube, and all the girls that don't like them, and all this stuff. So I try not to talk about them. This will be the first time I am talking about them. I'm really good friends with them. I haven't talked to them in quite a while now, but you know, with everything they got going on, I kind of wanted to separate my platform from theirs, because I realized a lot of their hate was coming to mine, and I wanted to separate that from mine. I wanted to make my own platform, so I separated myself for that reason. But how I got into it was I literally, like I said, connections. I had someone write me on my Instagram, said, do you want to go on this podcast? And I said, yeah. First time I went on a podcast, a lot of the people that have been on my Twitch for a long time probably have seen that podcast. I hated it. I'm not gonna lie. The first time I went on it, I was very nervous. It was my first time doing something live like that, and then talking in front of a whole bunch of people I didn't know. So
because it's especially at the time that like you were on it, it's a big podcast.
Yeah, I was like 21, 22. So like I was.
And how? Do you remember numbers off the top of your head? How many subscribers at the time they had?
At the time, they were definitely building. Like they didn't hit their because I was there at their million party. I was there at their million party, so they weren't even at a million subscribers at the time. So I was literally at the upcoming. That's why it was so good. And then and then once, like I said, once so many podcasts started coming out, they died out, and you know, they're still doing well, they're still doing their thing, but you know, they got some shit going on. But yeah, so I went on the podcast. I was nervous, very nervous. You know, they give you drinks and stuff. They do shots before you do it. I brought my girl on there, but they're kind of aggressive in the first hand. But with Myron, I know everybody knows who Myron is.
Right.
He's Arabian, so like his way of talking and his direct conversations didn't throw me off because my dad's Arabian. So like, so the way he talks, I just know that's like how he is. Yeah. So like other girls would take offense to it and get upset and be like, oh, they're coming at my personality. I'm just like, that's just really the way he is. And he has a cop on top of it. So it's just like, it's built into him. Yeah. So I never took anything that anybody ever said to me to heart. Right. Because I'm here for a podcast. I give you my opinion. This is what this is. This is an opinionated podcast. That's all this is. So my first time, I did not like it, and I felt like when I rewatched the video, I just felt like I was so in my head, I couldn't be myself. Okay. Yeah. So I went back for a second time. The first one I hated. I really hated it.
We have to run that back.
Yeah, I really did. So I was just like, let me go back on and come back and see how I do. So I went back on, and they loved me. I started having all the people like really mess with me, and that's when I really got to know the boys behind the scenes, and I went out to parties with them. I was helping them bring girls and stuff like that. So I ended up building a friendship with all of them. They're really cool. I don't have anything bad to say about any of them. They're really cool guys. They brought me into a lot of parties, and I met a lot of people and connected with a lot of people. Their deliverance when it comes to certain things to other females, that's a little different, you know what I mean? But they never ever disrespected me. So like I would help them, even like when the podcast would end, I would help them clean up their gross messes. I was always doing above and beyond. Yeah, but that's because I like to help them. But that's also
because you're like a respectable person. Yeah, like you know what I'm saying. That's just also just being a decent human being.
You could even see a video. They literally backed me up because like some of their followers were just like, oh, you're being simp for Issa, da da da, and they literally said it on live. They're just like, we're not being a simp to somebody that's helping us behind the scenes and helping us grab girls. Myron literally broke that whole thing down. I still have the video. So, it was always a good relationship when it came to them. They always, had me right.
How was it, because that was your first time kind of seeing more of, I guess for lack of better words, industry kind of?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
What was that experience like, kind of, when it comes to, like, production of everything?
Production was insane. I'm not going to lie. Production was super cool because I'm a little technology nerd now that I was into the Twitch. That's what really got me into it. Their setup was amazing. I loved it, everything about it. They do upgrades every now and then, and Myron was so good with all the technology and having everything set up and how it looked. Literally down to the detail, like it was really cool. The way their place looks now is insane, honestly. To see from where it went, because I was there from the beginning, to see where it's at now, they definitely did beyond their means for sure. It looks really good. But yeah,
that's cool. I've always I do eventually, that is my goal, is to almost go on like a little PR run. So that's also in the works, but so when it comes to also going, because when's the last time you've been to Miami?
Last time I've been to Miami? I don't know, actually. It's been a while. It's kind of, I'm actually about to go on the 20th, obviously, to Miami. Honestly, I've had a lot of my New York friends. I have a lot of like guy New York friends, and they'd be like, "Oh, Queen of Miami," because I used to be in Miami so much and connect with so much people and be with people.
I didn't even know you like that, and I knew that.
I swear, everybody used to say that. People still think I live in Miami. I'm like, yo, I don't live there, but I better not tell people where I live. So
right. No. I live in Miami. I live in
last time I've been in Miami, I think it was actually with Tyler. I think that was the last time I was with anyone. It was for my girl's birthday. We went out there for a little bit. But I haven't been there in a while. I got invited to what's the podcast? We're in Miami podcast. He invites me every now and then to a lot of their events and stuff. Actually, matter of fact, whenever he does, I could bring you with me, and he's on his podcast. Is amazing too. I don't know if you've ever heard of their podcast.
I haven't, but I will.
You might have seen their stuff go viral. It's been on World Star. He has that gold chair. He has a lot of He has like a really like gold looking chair.
That sounds very familiar.
There's two main podcasts out there. It's Fresh and Fit, and then we're in Miami podcast. But yes, he has the throne chair. Yep. Yeah.
I
I know him personally, so he invites me to all of his events and stuff. I literally just talked to him. He told me to come for the Valentine's one recently. Yeah. So yeah, whenever he invites me again, I'll definitely bring you and help you. Get out there. I've helped so many of my girls, man.
Yeah.
I tell you what, that's one thing I love to do too. I like to put like not just myself on, but girls that, you know what I mean? Girl power. I like to put my girls on, you know what I mean? Especially girls that know what they're doing. And
I was literally just about to say that. So like it's really interesting because I talk to dudes all the time, like on the podcast and all of our guests, and like it's a lot of guys that I work with. You know what I'm saying?
Think guys are more opinionated, 100%.
Oh yeah, Dre would argue with a wall. Like this man loves to just have
I love
hot
speaking
debates
with men.
And, like everything.
It's very hard to find a female that you could go back and forth with 100%.
Right,
I feel the same exact way because there's times I've been on Fresh and Fit and I can understand what Myron and Chris and all them are saying, and then half of these girls I'm listening to what they're saying and it was just like, okay, crickets.
Yeah, literally, I was about to say.
Oh hell no! This is what you're saying on live right now, girl?
You catch everybody's reactions. You're like, dang, that's tough.
Yeah, they're.
No, I was gonna say. So that's a really actually interesting thing. I think is please explain the difference. The difference of being a woman in the industry and working with all these different things, especially like just being a good-looking woman. What encounters have you had with that? Because I've even had some, and I don't know.
Encounters as in what?
As in working with men, good encounters and bad encounters.
Okay, they're definitely...
Like, how do you have to hold... Like, talk about how you have to hold yourself as a woman doing these things.
Okay, I always say keep business with business and fun time with fun time. Because if you are trying to create something, do not mess with somebody that's, like, in the mix of that. Don't do that. Don't mix business with pleasure, ever.
Right.
Don't do it, ever, because it's not good. It's never going to go the right way, and you're just going to mess a lot of opportunities up for yourself, 100%. So always stick with your business side if you're messing with somebody. If you're going to do something more than that, just know that there's going to be a point in time where that shit's dead.
Right.
So, yeah, don't ever mix business with pleasure, ever.
Have you ever had someone be like, yo, yeah, like, we'll do this, this, and this if...
I've seen it. Never to me personally, because I don't allow that shit. You got me fucked up.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
no, never with me because I hold myself
at a higher standard.
Yeah. I know what I'm worth and what I can do for somebody. I don't ever need to step lower than that ever. Yeah. So no, I've always been here. If I'm with some dudes and they're here, I'm right next to you. Yeah. Like I've never been on that. That's why I get invited to so many things because I withheld myself and to a certain standard. You know what I mean? Some girls don't. They act crazy, sloppy, drunk, or whatever the fuck they got going on, or trying to suck the bit. You know what I mean? Trying to do the most. So no, my mom always told me first impression is always the best impression. So I always, keep your head up high. You know what I mean? That's all you can do, especially when it comes to men and women. I think men definitely keep themselves high standards, especially when it comes about business. And I think with women, it's very hard to get into that business aspect. That's why I really wanted to go to college for business because people were like, oh, you could get into business stuff without going to business school. I'm just like, if I go to a man and I say I'm a businesswoman, they're gonna be like, what do you have behind it? If a man goes to another man and say, oh, I got this business aspect, I have all this business information. Press the left button. If I damn, you made me forget.
Cut.
I forgot. Yo, literally cut. Made me forget. Dang.
I know. Everything. Right? I thought it was your phone or something.
No, it's mine.
I know. I was like, which one of y'all didn't silence your phone? Which one of y'all?
No. Is my ringer off? Turn the ringer off. It's Yusuf trying to call me. Terrible timing. Dang, I forgot what I was saying.
Okay, so start from if you go to a man.
Oh yeah. So if a woman goes to a man and if she goes, oh, I'm a businesswoman, he's gonna be like, okay, what do you have behind it? If a man goes to a man and say, yo, I'm a businessman, they're gonna take what he got rather than the female, 100%. Right. I promise you, a man's gonna take a female with no. A man's gonna take a man with no business background rather than a woman with no background. 100%.
But what do you think about a woman, a businesswoman who doesn't have necessarily like the degree, but has like her own businesses and has to be like, these are my businesses that are successful and
I mean,
this is my experience.
if that's the case, then too, you know, they'll definitely hear you out, 100%.
Right.
But you would have to really show the successful. You got to show a man like this is it. Like you're gonna have to tell him like, oh yeah, this is what I got. This is what I'm doing. Can you help me? Can you not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's more straight to the point. Men like straight to the point. They really do. Some females be all over the place.
No, I get that. I get that. Like when it comes to like women and everything. But what is your experience been with that?
My experience, as in
trying to work with people and the whole business aspect of it.
I mean, I just usually tell people what it is or what they need me for. You know what I mean? I tell them what they need me for, what am I doing, and I'm just very straight to the point type of person. Like literally, that's literally it. I'm
Right.
straight to the point. What do you need me for, and what am I gonna be doing? Like for like music videos. Like I'm not the type to be shaking ass in a music video.
Right.
I'm not doing nothing like that.
Yeah,
I
no.
can help you bring the girls.
Yeah.
I could help like do background stuff, build something, you know, stuff like that. But I won't be in a music video. So
Yeah.
I'm just, when it comes to like stuff, because I've had people, oh yeah, get in the music video, do stuff like that. But I'm just not. That's not my
no.
scene.
Yeah.
So I just usually just let people know like from the jump what I'm able to do for you or what I can't do for you. Period.
So have you had personal experiences with men asking you about your business background?
In a sense, yeah. You know, I think any man is gonna ask you what you do. You know, the more you know, the more you know they could do with you, of course. But nothing like
Super crazy?
Yeah, nothing crazy. Because
Yeah.
you know, everybody really knew what I was already doing because the Twitch and the podcast.
Yeah.
So like,
Absolutely.
I'm already in that familiar.
That's what I'm saying.
background.
Your work.
Yeah.
You know,
so
like,
my
you
work
had
already
something
spoke
to
for
show.
itself.
Yeah,
A lot of
exactly.
my work already spoke for itself, and then Instagram, you see on my Instagram, and I'm a very talkative person. So like
Right.
when I sit there and talk to somebody, like I've talked to people about all sorts of things, so they get to know me. Like
Yeah,
they're not just gonna
definitely.
ask me anything unless you not know who I am
Yeah.
first. So yeah, no, I'm not.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you've seen, though, like women who do all those things, like when it comes to either like sexual things or just kind of selling themselves.
Oh yeah.
Basically just to get different opportunities and stuff like that.
But like I said, those opportunities don't ever last either. Like they might
Oh, yeah,
last,
no,
you might
absolutely.
get that check for sure, but realistically, a lot of them don't. Those are the type of women, the women that are selling themselves like that just are not the type of woman to be successful woman. You're going to be sitting there selling yourself for the longest time. Like,
And you're
because
gonna keep
that's what,
introducing it over
that's
and
what
over.
the man looks at you. Like I said, first impression is always the most. If you're already disrespecting yourself, the man is not going to respect you. 2 weeks later,
I
you
feel
saying
like-
you're good.
No,
I'm a nun
seriously.
now. Like, no,
Yeah,
you're
no.
not a nun now. Okay, you're just
seriously.
doing the most. So
Yeah,
you know.
I agree with that. I think that, like I said, that there's two very different types of females when it comes to not only the creative space, but also, like you said, just more of the business, trying to make moves, trying to do things. And that's another reason why I wanted to link up was because I feel like we're kind of on the same like category of that, where like, I've literally said
I've
the
been watching
exact
your
same
stuff too.
words.
I'm just like, yo, let's go.
Yeah, like, yeah.
I be behind my camera like, yes.
Yeah, turn up. Yeah.
And just you're very well spoken too. Like it's
Thank you.
very hard to find females that are very well spoken and know how to communicate. Like I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
So you're very good with that. Like I've even watched all your videos, even like where your job of work, like the whole nine. I'm like, yo,
Thank
is she
you.
doing it?
Thank you.
It's really cool to see some girls like that because I really don't see. I think probably you're the only female that I've seen besides myself doing what we do. So.
Especially from this area.
Yeah,
That's a huge
from
thing.
this area, 100%. Yeah,
That's
'cause
the
we're
even
both
bigger
from-
thing.
Okay.
Even bigger thing for sure. But yeah, that's why, like I said, I want to link up because that there are those two very different things. But I was saying, I've literally said the exact same thing to you before because I follow like have you ever heard of like certified casting?
So, yes, I've heard casting for
Sean,
what?
I think his name is Sean or something. But they basically just always put out like, I need 10 extras for this YouTube
Show or something.
YouTube channel. There's someone who has 1 million+ subscribers for a video, like, and they'll put the location, whether it's Los Angeles. One time,
Have you done it before?
No, because a lot of times it's in Los Angeles, but a couple of times that it has been in like Miami or just in Florida somewhere. It was like, I was like, oh, like the money was so good on it, but it was like,
Sometimes,
you're shaking ass and you're, in the music video, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. Like, I just don't want to do that. That's just not me.
Okay, so I've definitely had people come up to me and say the same thing, where I thought the same thing. But once you're there, it's a whole different, I've been to so many music video setups, like literally so many. And they said the same thing to me. They'll say, you know, some of them will say the same shit, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'll do whatever else. I promise you, they're gonna find you something else to do rather than doing that.
Absolutely.
And it's good to just show up. That way, you get the people that you need to talk to. Because especially if you represent yourself as who you are, the way you speak and stuff, they're not gonna make you do that. They're gonna go make the bitch that's ready to go shake some ass do it. You know what I mean? If you're speaking to them the way you're speaking to me, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, she's not about that. We're gonna find something else for her to do. Because a man's not just gonna be like, oh, go do that. They're not gonna tell you, oh, go leave the whole thing. You know what I mean? No, that's I've never ever. Because I don't do that. So I know for a fact they wouldn't make you do that. Because there's plenty of times I've been to places and ain't nobody ever told me to, yo, get down, shake that ass.
Yo, but in the job description, like when they like posted it, it literally said, must be like certified ass shaker and comfortable with, you know, like doing that. So I was like,
see, you gotta find it. You gotta. I'm dead.
You got a degree for that? That's a certification.
Like how they know this is certified?
I'm dead.
They're like, do it. They're like, yeah, certified. It's straight. It's good. It's
She
good.
look good.
Yo, you got the job. You got the job. You're hired. Yeah, no, I'm so serious. That's what it said on the thing. That's what.
Well, see, that's why I would consider.
Isn't that wild? I was like, but it was like literally, it was 2 days, 8 hours total. It said 4 days, $3,000.
You gotta shake your ass for 8 hours.
You gotta shake your ass?
What? You shake your ass for 8 hours?
Oh, hell no. I don't know. I would just still show up and just try to communicate, because the thing is, a lot of men do that because that's what they want, really, for their music videos, because that's what creates attention. You know what I mean, especially for YouTube videos. But like I said, they'll be able to find you for anything. I promise you. Because there was one time I was doing a video for Safari. Y'all know who Safari is? I was doing what they were like, shake some ass. I was like, hell no. I said, give me the bubbles. I was doing bubbles. Swear to God, that video he did in Miami, you'll see it. My girl was in it. I was there, but I was blowing bubbles. I swear to God, I was like, you got it. Like I'm not doing all that. So like I said, that's what I'm saying, and that's what's good about business, especially being a woman, because men are quick to like sexualize you 100%. But if you stand your ground and you tell them who you are, they're gonna find something else for you to do. I promise you, they will. And the way you are too, they're gonna be like, bet, can you find me a few girls for the music video? Can you do this? Take my number. This and that. I promise you, because I've never, you don't see me in no video shaking ass. I promise you that. Okay, so I've been to plenty.
I like, because me personally, like, I want to work more with people, and I mean, obviously I work with a lot of people, but it's because I'm going to them being like, hey, I really want to, you know, have you on the podcast, or, you know, whatever the case may be.
You got to collab too with people that are up and coming too, that show just as much effort as you're showing effort. 101%. Don't ever go, you know, I'd love to, you know, show my little people, you know, some love and shit, of course.
Because everyone starts off like that.
Yeah,
you know?
100%. 100%. So I would definitely, you know, look at their Instagram, look at their views, look at how hard they're dedicated to what they do, because that can make or break you too, because you could spend a whole day with somebody and you don't get nothing back. You don't get a follow. Like,
it's crazy. No, seriously. And like what you just said, literally what you just said, I do that with every single guest that I have. And that's why this season, like season 2, is fire.
Yeah, shout out to season 2, y'all. Shout out to season 2.
No, seriously, like, it's fire, because I've been working with people who are so serious about their craft and who are genuinely good. Like, it's so funny, like, in my other, like, podcasts and interviews with them, I was like, like, your music is genuinely good, because I will talk to some creatives sometimes, and I'm like, yo, you're low-key ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
dude, I can't tell you.
Trash.
Can't tell you how many times someone sent me their album. I'm just like, this is not good, brother.
I'm like,
no, I swear. For real.
I'm like, yeah. So I see what you did there, but maybe we should try this. Like,
Yeah,
it's just crazy.
I swear, I've been like, I know Sway Lee and all them personally. Like, I've hung out with them and stuff, and like people will see me hanging out with them, and they'll just be like, "Yo, show my album." I'm like,
No.
I listened to it, bro, but I don't know about this.
Yo,
You ain't gonna embarrass me, bro.
they gonna kick me off the island if I show you your shit. Yeah. That's crazy.
Come back to me.
So that's why season 2 I really enjoy it, because like everybody that I've interviewed so far, like they are doing like taking their craft so seriously. Like Danny's music is fire, Mozzie's music is fire. Like, and Danny also produces and everything, has his own studio. Megan is in Miami, signed with the modeling agencies, which is super hard to do, by the way. Sign with the agency,
It's
not
so
easy
hard.
at
I feel
all.
like honestly, with signing with agencies, bro, it's all about fucking money. It really is. A lot of it
money
is just all
talks,
about
like,
money
at the end of the day.
and what you can give them. And you don't have an OnlyFans, do you? Thank God. Thank God. Y'all, you do not need an OnlyFans to make it in life. I promise you that. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right? Because you're going to regret it 30 years
snaps
now.
for the first time.
Which, I know a lot of females that
You get
do
the poetry
OnlyFans.
snaps.
I know a lot of females that do
Oh,
OnlyFans.
yeah, no,
I
I
ain't
do
hating
too.
on
I
OnlyFans,
do too.
but you really ain't got to go there, bro. There's millions of fucking things you can do besides giving yourself out there like
No,
that
seriously,
on social media.
it was
'Cause
so...
once it's on social media,
It's out there for
it's
real.
out there forever. Like,
It never
you
actually
ain't taking
goes
it back,
away.
baby.
It never actually goes away. And that's crazy, because there was this girl that I met. She was really cool. She had like a good, like a decent following, and she was in this area. And I'm like, bet, like, what does she do? You know what I'm saying? I'm scrolling, and I'm like, oh, she's an OnlyFans model. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, okay. And it's funny because I'm like, what am I gonna talk to her about on a podcast? Nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing it.
That's what
I'm just not.
That's what a lot of Fresh and Fit brought to the podcast too. And then while we're on the podcast, you know, they're getting off on these females, but they have these specific females that you're bringing onto you. You want to have a good conversation, but yet you're bringing fucking bimbos.
Yeah,
you know what I
literally.
mean? Like, how do you expect to have a good conversation, but yet you're bringing a girl that you just met at the club?
Yeah,
that's not logical.
And to clarify, like, we are not like dogging women in any way, shape, or form.
Not at all.
But
We love
I
our
feel
women.
like as a woman personally, I can say this, like, you have to hold yourself as a different standard. If you want to
respect
move
yourself
differently and accomplish different goals, you have to move differently as a woman and not sell yourself short for
never.
anybody.
Because you don't even need to. I know quick money doesn't ever last. Let's just put it that way. It doesn't ever last. I know you want that Chanel bag. I know you want that perfume that smells really good.
But how important is
I know
that?
a lot of men ain't gonna pay for shit these days. But again, selling yourself short is not gonna help you out in the long run. I promise you that. It's not.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with that. So last kind of question is, what are you trying to do with your life?
I really want to stick with art. I really do. That's like my passion. I love art. I really do. Whether it's, I really want to go. I want to start in the summertime animation, like computer animation, because I love art and I love technology. So I thought maybe just put the two together. The problem is right now, I you know where I live. The only school that's close enough, because I'm more of a hands-on type of person.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
There's a lot of
Especially
online for it, but I just don't. I'm more focused when I'm in front of somebody. So the school that I want to go to is all the way in Orlando. So it's pretty far.
Yeah, that's
but it
far.
makes sense. You know, Disney's over there and stuff like that, so it makes sense. But yeah, I really want to do computer animation, like do Disney
would
movies.
kill that.
I think so too.
You
You
would kill
know
that.
what I mean? So I really wanted to focus on that. I'm trying to go to school during the summertime, because right now it's season for Florida. So I'm trying to stick with just making sure I make my money, and then season time, or when season's over, stick with school. Because when I'm in school, I'm focused on school. So that's what I'm trying to do. Animation, anything with art. I love art. I love my art.
Nice. Yeah. And then you just keep all of this as like a hobby, like you said.
Like
Like
hobby, side hustle, you know, shit that I like to do. I love to talk to my people all day, every day.
Yeah.
It's good to hear, you know, how other people are doing, or, you know, people's opinions on things, how I'm feeling, you know. It's really good to just talk to some people. Sometimes people just need to be talking to. There's plenty of times where I've went on live and someone needed me to talk to them. You know what I mean? And that always helps too.
That's that like heart and care.
Yeah, 100%. I've talked to a few people. Like, some guys would be like, "Yo, how should I take this situation? How should I do with this girl?" You know, I get a lot of like guys asking me girl information too. So, you know, I just try to give my best opinion, or, you know, tell them, you know, give them insight on a girl's point of view, especially with men, because I get a lot of men on my lives and stuff like that. I don't get too many females, but definitely my audience would be males.
Yeah.
But, you know, just try to give them a little bit, you know.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a dream animation job at all? Or?
Probably Disney or either Disney, Marvel, or Japanese anime.
Tough.
Because I used to, when I was little, I would write my own Japanese.
Oh,
things.
really?
Yeah, I don't know where that sketchbook is. I wish I did.
Oh,
I feel like maybe my mom might have it, but I've had so many sketchbooks throughout the years. I don't know where that one is, man. But I definitely remember making one myself. So
that's lit.
I really think I was just talking about it the other day. People ask me all the time, what do you plan on doing? Unless it has to be something with art. Yeah, I love art. I love it, and I love technology. That's why I thought
that's why
maybe
both
that
of
would
those is the best of both
mix
worlds.
the both. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Mix the both. So
I
think that would be a really good job for me. Like I said, I want to do something that I love. So and something that doesn't feel like a job, like you said. You know what I mean? I want to go to where I need to be in my cubicle, make my artwork I need to, make some animation, and something that everybody loves. Because I'm a people pleaser too, so I like to, show my shit off and have people love what I love to do. So that's always nice.
It's a good feeling.
It's a good feeling for sure.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much for coming on. You're awesome.
Thank you
You're
for inviting me.
Yeah, no,
You're good,
absolutely.
man. I love it. I'm feeling it. I love Powerful Mind all day.
Yo, we lit. But no, seriously, thank you so much for making it out here. She drove
about 45 minutes, hour.
Like an hour. She drove an hour to get here, which is real. Okay, she a real one.
Hey, I'm always gonna be.
The little hair flip. I hope you got that hair flip. But no, seriously, thank you again.
No, of course. Thank you for inviting me.
Yo, people have been doing that, and that's really quick. Sorry, sidebar. That's a crazy thing for me to see is people being yo, I really mess with what you got going on. I had someone drive almost 2 hours to do an interview.
Oh, that's,
you know what I'm saying?
See, that's what
and
I'm
like,
saying.
that's so
it's people that want
to me.
It's people that want to do it. If you're looking for something, you're going to do it no matter what. I don't care about the drive. It's about how much I really want to do it, how much I want to show my streamers, how much I want to add to your streaming. You know what I mean? It's all about connecting and really getting to the bigger picture for sure.
No, seriously. Shout out your streams too.
Shout out to the streams.
Yo, drop those hearts. Drop those
everything. Yeah, drop the hearts, y'all.
And then when this comes out, you guys are gonna watch it
again. Yes, y'all. For real.
You guys are gonna watch it again.
Yes.
Tell the camera where to find you.
I have my Twitch. Issa about to go down. It's ISSABOUT 2 go down. And my TikTok is Issa ISSALEX 97. And my Instagram is I'm sorry that I have so many different ones, but a lot of shit be taken these days. And then my Instagram is Issa ISSA.LIL.BEBE. So you can find me on all those platforms. And then I use Snapchat every now and then, so you guys can follow me there if you want to. Lexi941. That's more personal. But I always, have people on there too. I just add my stuff on there. So yeah, follow me. Follow your girl, y'all.
Yeah, and my name's Amaya Cartagena, at Amaya2223 on Instagram, at AmayaC2223 on TikTok. Make sure you go follow Powerful Mind, this podcast, at powerfulmind.official on Instagram and on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, put the post notifications on, do all those things, comment, show her some love, go check her out, follow her, all those fun things.
Follow my girl.
Yeah.
She's gone a long way for this. All right? Follow my girl. Show support. Subscribe, comment. We like all that.
Show love. And you already know. We'll see you guys next time. Peace. Yay.
Hey.